This week in the world of news from books, beards, and brews. All right. As always, I'm Bob who tells about Bob.
I'm the Ask the Podcast, Derek.
I'm Tanya. I'm hungry.
And
hungry. I'm dead. Nothing? No?
Well, if you would have
Wow.
given Bob a second, maybe he would have done that.
I was going to say, color me shocked that you were hungry, but
I was going to say, this is going to be a great episode if Tanya's going to be like, I'm hungry every
hungry.
8 seconds.
I just want to be that little... I am that fat little puppy from 101 Dalmatians. Like, I'm hungry, mother. I'm hungry. What is the name? Like, Rolly?
any excuse
like
to
that?
use a British accent.
It was real bad, too.
So,
How do you know? You just sounded like normal to you, apparently.
Right?
I mean, you didn't even notice you were talking in a British accent.
All right.
I just kind of think about what would I sound like if I'm congested? And then that's, ta-da, I'm British.
I don't think that's how that works.
I don't think that's how that works at all.
You
Yeah.
understand how accents work, right?
Well, French people put cotton balls in their mouth. That's what... When I was trying to take French, it's what it felt like. I just had cotton balls in my mouth. It didn't work out for me. That's why I took sign language, because I'm real bad at, like...
You know
foreign
sign
languages.
language?
Yes.
A little bit.
Bang, throwing the bird. No.
Y'all, I'm not ready for this bullshit.
No, that's... Sign language is the only reason I was able to finish college and get my degree. It's because we had a language requirement for psychology, and I failed at German. Okay,
Why
here's
don't you
the thing.
just take Spanish?
Because I failed at Spanish. I know the... Like, I'm really good when you're in the infinitives, like the dictionary.
Right.
But once you start adding tenses and all that, I'm
So you mean when you
all
start
out.
learning to talk?
Yes. Let me rattle off words.
You didn't just take a couple semesters of British? Because I feel like you'd ace that.
I kind of feel like maybe y'all.
I think
maybe
probably would've.
I'm not as good at that as I think I am, and y'all are just making fun of me. But no, sign language is the only reason I have my diploma.
Nice.
It was great. I love sign
Alrighty
language.
then.
ASL.
All right, so let's get the first most important bit of business out of the way. Derek, what did you read on your cruise?
On my cruise, I did not quite finish 2 books.
Okay.
I read Neuromancer by William Gibson.
Yep. Nice.
And I read 70-some-odd% of the first Deathstalker book, which is just Deathstalker by Simon R. Green. I'd read the second one before, but I had never read Neuromancer before.
And your thoughts on Neuromancer? Because I've read it. I think Brand Ambassador Ryan is reading it or just read it.
I think he's reading it. I'm not sure. I talked to him about it and was hoping that he would kind of tell me what he thought when he was done with it. But I thought it had a lot of good, but also had a lot of bad. I had some notes, and if I had remembered to bring them, I would have...
I appreciate... We can maybe do a talk on it later, but I appreciate the book for what it is. Like, it kind of helped start the cyberpunk genre. A lot of the things that are staples of it
are because of it.
But, I don't know. It's a good book, but not a great book. It's great because of what sprung forth from it, not because of what it itself is.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I made it through. I had enough momentum to move me through the story without getting bogged down, despite the fact that the normal things that would draw me into it were fairly non-existent. The character work wasn't spectacular, and a lot of it... There was a lot of issues, but... it was still good enough to the point where if the book had not ended on the last sentence that it did, I would have read the next book.
Okay.
But because, like, the last sentence is what it is,
I
was like, well, fuck this then. I don't want to read the next book.
That's fair. So we have an email from our fan Les.
Oh.
You know what they say? Sometimes less is more.
Les, I need you to legally change your name.
All right, so...
Or just, like, punch Bob in the face one good time.
Go by, like, your first initial Abernathy, or what was his last name?
Well, we don't want to put all his business out on the street, I don't think. But yes, Abernathy.
Oh, that's a good name.
It is.
His name should be, like, L period, middle initial period, Abernathy.
It should be Chops.
Oh, God.
That's what it should be. So he says... Dear fellow beard wearers, I just finished listening to your mental illness in literature episode. On that theme, I wanted to recommend the graphic novel Mr. Miracle by Tom King. Don't let the DC Comics label fool you. It is an excellent book about suicide, PTSD, and depression. With the release of the new hardcover collection, I've been rereading it, and it is still as balls-to-the-wall crazy good as I felt the first time. Also, last Sunday, I was listening to your news episode. I was in the bedroom doing some laundry, and my wife happened to walk by the door as you guys were talking about miniature donkeys. She pretty much kicked down the door, and almost me with it, and squealed at the idea of having little donkeys coming to a party. There isn't any kind of moral to the story. I just thought you guys would think it was funny.
That's awesome.
Later, guys. P.S. Mutton chops for the win. Because he
Face
rocks.
sculpted for chops.
Yeah, he's got a face sculpted by God to hold a pair of mutton chops, and it's immaculate. So, yeah, that was.
And I appreciate him having those so that you'll stop trying to get me to have them.
Well, look, I can never stop the crusade for chops. Like, it's a thing. So, other bit of exciting news: the Rushmore podcast buckled on the fun hat issue.
Good.
I saw a picture.
We are vindicated.
I saw a picture of one of their co-hosts in a fun hat.
We're not surprised,
No,
right? I mean,
no,
I mean,
of course.
obviously.
Fun hat- fun
it's just
hats is-
nice when people finally see the light.
I think Pepper's probably still personally holding strong against fun hats, but the podcast as a whole has betrayed its cause.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of inevitability.
Yep.
So let's dive into our news. This is our weekly news episode.
Hit me with them news facts.
So got some cool stuff. Got a really awesome bit of news. Saving it for last. This tickles my pickle. But So we've talked about who were the Nebula Award nominees.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, the winners are
they
out.
have.
Yeah.
So I'm not listing all of them. I'm listing the ones that we care about. The Calculating Stars by Mary Robinette Quall won Best Novel.
Yup.
The Tea Master and the Detective by Alette de Bodard won Best Novella.
Mm-hmm.
And The Secret Lives of the Nine Negro Teeth of George Washington by Finnerson DeGelle Clark won Short Story. Which that's free to read. We'll probably end up maybe doing that on here as a short story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Nebula trophy and what it looks like?
No.
I have
Oh
not.
my god, it looks so cool.
Is it really?
Yeah, it looks like it's like a rectangular acrylic, probably glass because they're fancy, but in it is like galaxies and shit. It
Oh.
looks like planets and
That's super
galaxies.
cool.
Are you saying it
was
looks like
awesome.
nebulas?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be honest here.
Yeah.
Never even considered that there was an actual award,
Well, I've
Yeah.
a physical award.
someone on Twitter, Nicholas Eames,
Yeah.
John Scalzi, one of the two of them put up a picture of Mary Robinette Quall's thing. He was sitting at a table and he was like, I don't remember which one of them put this
Yeah.
up, but they were like, I'm so happy for my friend and that little trophy.
Well, it's probably
looks
Scalzi,
awesome.
because Scalzi was probably at the awards.
Yeah,
I don't think Nicholas Eames probably was, but
I don't know.
Scalzi was nominated for.
Okay, then it was
something, I
on
think.
Scalzi's
So it would've been
that I saw
Scalzi.
then. But yeah, the trophy looks awesome. I want to write good things so I can win
Right?
that trophy just because I want that trophy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everything else would be great, but Bob, write better and get a Nebula.
You know.
He'll get right on that.
Yeah, let me start
And
cranking out
when you
Nebula
win your
quality
first
stuff.
Nebula, let me have it so I can just scratch your name off and put it on my
Just
mantle.
put some tape over it.
Yeah.
There you go. Do the Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton
from
tabletop.
that- yeah.
Yeah.
Question.
Yeah.
Or is that all you had to say about the?
Yeah. That.
So I saw a thing online, and I should have done a little bit more research, but honestly, I didn't even think about it until you'd mentioned this.
Mm-hmm.
But so I was on Twitter, and I saw Nicholas Eames post up a thing where someone had won a self-publishing award. Basically, I guess this is award season for books and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's a book that won the award called Orconomics.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've read Orconomics.
Yeah.
That won overwhelmingly, and Nicholas Eames was like, "Yay, I'm happy! This is really
Yeah.
cool." So I was like, "I'm gonna add that to my list. I'm gonna read that sometime
Yeah,
soon."
Orconomics is good. It's by Zachary Pike.
Yes.
And the sequel, which I have not read, is called Son of a Lich.
Mm-hmm.
But they're good. It's funny. It's kind of like funny fantasy kind of deal, but with some. It's kind of like I'd put it like like Nicholas Eames style.
Kings
like
of
it's
the
funny,
Wild
but
Yeah.
there's some heart to it.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
And the cover looks awesome,
Oh, it
and the
does.
name
Oh, it
is
is.
good, anyways. And I'd been seeing it on Amazon recently, and when he posted that thing up, I was like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet here soon. I've got other plans for my reading, but it's definitely by the end of the year I'll have read it.
Yeah.
Oh, so this wasn't on my list, but we're going to address it. Derek, you're an idiot.
Probably.
And here's why.
Okay.
So you did that really good buy or sell bit where you were like, oh, well, this book is about dead gods and investigating a murder mystery, and maybe the gods aren't fully dead, and yada yada yada. And me and Tanya were like, holy fuck, we would buy the shit out of that book. Well, guess what? I have that entire trilogy. And I have now read that entire trilogy of books. And the fact that you own the first book and haven't finished it hurts me inside, Derek. That book is amazing.
I really, really liked it. I was reading it during the peak of my depression.
Yeah.
And
Derek,
I stopped it.
Finish that book. It is so good.
It's a really good book. I liked it
Yeah.
a lot. Dude, you know what the worst thing is? You might not remember this, but remember when the main character's like big badass servant guy
Sigrid.
starts like killing people on a ship or something, flying ship. That's where I stopped.
You were almost done.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
But it was super
Off
good. I
air,
think I have the
I'm gonna-
audiobook too.
Okay, yeah. No, it's great. But
Yeah.
the whole trilogy went on sale for $2.99. Like,
Oh, man.
It was a while ago because
Yeah, like a
I
year
have
ago.
that. I have it somehow.
Well, then why am I an idiot?
But
Why is this?
because
because I didn't finish it.
Because you didn't finish it.
Okay.
No, but we've been talking about Foundry Side. Want to read that? It's the same guy. That's the Foundry Side is a trilogy that he's writing. The next trilogy that he's writing.
I don't. Maybe I'm.
I
It
know-
may have been
I
me
know
and Tanya.
Bob and I have talked about
me and
it, 'cause
Tanya
I
have.
saw-
It's getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
Foundry Side is the first book in his Founders trilogy.
Sounds vaguely
Yeah,
familiar.
it's
but
what he's working on. This company. The second book just came out in that
Is
series.
it
Different setting. I
more
believe.
fantasy or is it sci-fi?
I think
Like
from what I looked at,
Foundry or
it's going to be that kind of weird mix of what City of Stairs is. Kind of, it's fantasy, but in a modern-ish kind of setting.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Down. Okay. Cool.
But yeah. Okay.
You're welcome for
Yeah.
getting me to read that.
Well, like when you said that, and then I was like, look, what do I want to read next? I'm kind of flipping through my Kindle. It's like, wait a minute. I don't own this book, do I? And then I look like, holy fuck, I don't only own this book, I own the sequels.
Do you remember what they're called?
It's City of Stairs, City of Blades, and City of Miracles,
Cool.
I think. So,
That sounds right.
yeah.
I don't know about City of Blades, but City of Miracles.
Well,
I mean,
I know
considering what happens in the.
Well, so I don't know how much you remember about it, but Vorcha,
Yeah.
the divinity of war, her capital was the City of Blades.
Okay. Yeah.
And so the second book revolves around stuff at the City of Blades.
Okay, that's cool.
So, yeah.
Yeah. good
It's
stuff.
great. All right. So this one,
Effective piece is effective, Derek.
yeah,
I thought so.
yeah, you sold the fuck out of that book, and you sold it so well that I bought it before you even sold it to me.
Yep.
That's how good that piece was.
Yes, but if you hadn't already bought it, you'd have went and bought it.
Yeah.
So
So the World Beard and Mustache Championships just happened.
Oh,
They
man.
took place in Antwerp, Belgium. It was hosted by the Antwerp Mustache Club. It's a biennial competition that recognizes the most impressive and well-groomed facial hair from around the globe. There's 17 categories, including the Dali, the Fu Manchu, the freestyle goatee, and there's like super strict requirements on each. But then like the one that catches everyone's eye is like their freestyle, the one where you see like the guy
Helicopters.
turned his beard into a windmill
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But it was founded in 1990 by a beard club in a small village in Germany's Black Forest, and so the sport is known as international bearding. And so, but they've had this in America in the past, like I think Texas.
You need to change your your Twitter bio to say that you're
I'm an international bearder.
Well, no,
Amateur
currently
bearder.
you're
Amateur.
You're a domestic bearder.
I'm an amateur working towards
Professional.
You're
professional.
semi-pro. You've
Yeah.
had a beard for a long time.
In
You're
related,
a veteran.
Yeah, I'm a veteran. There we go. I'm a coach.
Beard coach.
Beard coach. So this bit of news is called min-maxing.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
related. So thousands of British men have taken to smearing minoxidil, which is a type of balding medication, over their cheeks and chins to
Flesh out their beards.
to
Grow
flesh out
hair?
their beards.
Does it work?
It seems to be. So the drug is marketed as Regain, spelled funny.
So
in the
Rogaine,
UK.
basically?
No, it's Regain. Regaine. Regain.
So they changed a letter. Yeah.
It's
But
Rogaine.
so it
Okay.
works. So how it works is it encourages blood flow to the hair follicles.
Right.
So
The blood feeds the root of the follicle, creating more cells and making the hair grow.
Rogaine.
At the same time, it widens the follicle and makes the hair grow thicker and longer. So, but it was discovered by accident in the 1970s. It was originally tested to treat high blood pressure, and it had this side effect of excessive hair growth. So,
Nice. Well, that's kind of like how Viagra came to be a thing.
is it?
Yeah,
Yes, Viagra didn't. They didn't set out to come up with a dick hardening pill. They were
Oh,
coming
it's like
up
a blood
with like
pressure pill, and it
yeah, and then it was like, oh shit, everybody's popping boners. Well, I guess
Yeah.
Huh.
we'll
so-
market it at that.
So apparently, it does have some potential side effects, which include itchiness, redness, scalp shredding, dry skin, dizziness, drowsiness, and heart palpitations. They're saying that if you have normal blood pressure and you use too much of it, you can end up with a lower blood pressure than what is healthy, resulting in fainting and dizzy spells, as your heart is not pumping enough blood around your body because it's pumping it to your face.
But you get a luscious as fuck beard out
Yeah.
of it. So,
So when you fall, you'll have something to land on.
Exactly. It'll cushion the blow. Just
Yeah.
fall forward.
Yep.
Fall forward. So, this article was from a British newspaper. I don't know if people in America are doing this. I don't know if we
I mean,
have
it
a
makes
version of
sense.
it. But,
You know what? I'm gonna take a stance against this. All natural beard, baby.
all natural.
All
no,
natural.
No
but could you
steroids.
imagine
No,
how many
none.
luscious beards we could have instead of like those fuck boys with scraggle beards? Oh, just get them some.
So, okay. So,
Rogaine.
I feel like we should support them in their attempt to grow the beard, not shame them.
No, but this is how they could get nice luscious beards.
But you know,
So this was, I read a neat little article because I'm as a longtime listener to the podcast would know, we're weirdly obsessed with Ted Cruz's beard. So I read
Yes.
an article where someone was like, the headline of the article was basically, "I fucking hate Ted Cruz's beard," and here's why.
it's not that bad.
And
That was
no,
pretty
no,
good.
no, no,
No,
no.
this
They
one-
make when once you see it, you can't unsee
okay,
it.
I don't want to.
But
I don't
no,
want to ruin it
it's-
for me. I think.
it's just uneven.
The jawline. The jawline that he's put on it is too high up on his face.
Oh, yeah, I know
When
what
you
you
look at
mean,
it on the
yeah.
side, like he's the kind of person, and he's talking about like this is just a common mistake that like
You're wearing the wrong style.
it's
We
giving
had
a
this
it's
conversation.
given a false jawline impression, and he's got a little bit of a waddle going. Let's
Yeah,
be
so
real here.
you don't
so
want it
he
that
needs
high
to
up,
yeah,
yeah.
it needs to come down with it, and it's like God, yeah. Now that I see it, it's like he really needs to
Well,
really
But
needs to
this
bring
goes
that
back
line
to our
down.
first discussion about the Cruzo beard.
Yeah, it's
is
just
that
he
he
needs some-
really needs bearded friends to give him some guidance.
Yeah.
Because
I feel honestly at this point we are doing him and part of our country a disservice by not reaching out to Ted Cruz and being like, friend,
Bro.
let us mentor you.
We're doing the Lord's work.
He does have the blessing of the beard.
He
He
literally.
does, which is my
Literally.
favorite, just my favorite thing. But no, that's what we've been, like you said, that's what
Yeah.
we've been saying this whole time.
Yeah.
It's like his face is not fit for
Look,
the
if
style of beard he's
If
wearing.
I type up an article and submit it around some places, we need to try and get this viral so Ted can see it.
Yeah.
Good.
I know every time we
we'll
talk
work on
about
this.
him, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna at him on Twitter so he can read it. But then
He's just such obviously being a politician.
Yeah, it's
but he's
amazing
such
how
a
that
political
works.
figure.
I don't
that
want
I don't
to.
want that fire
Yeah,
brought.
me neither.
Like we try and be politically neutral on this. So like I just A lot of people hate them. A lot of
But
people like them.
beards
I don't really want
transcend
either of those
politics.
people to. Well, that's the thing.
That's my thing. Is I'm
if
like,
if we can just if the conversation would just stay about the beard, but I know if we critique the beard, there's going to be people out there that are like, blah 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 blah, and I just don't want that in my life.
like I'm not even. I'm trying to help
I'm just
you.
trying to help a fellow
Yeah.
American.
Correction. I would
get
be
a
okay with
luscious
that in my
beard.
life. I don't want it in the podcast's life. It's basically. I don't want us to get review bombed on iTunes.
But
'cause
then we could get the reputation of being
No, we
beard
don't- we-
mentors for
beards.
celebrities, and
Is-
then we can.
Well, no, that's what we just parlay that into our side hustle. Our career is that we are celebrity beard experts.
Oh, I thought our career was that we were going to have many donkeys.
Yes. Okay. Look.
We're-
have you
look, we're
met
gonna have a
Bob?
financial
He's
empire.
he's a man of many projects.
We're gonna
Oh
have
my God.
financial empire. It's probably gonna be mules. Let's be real. Many
The-
donkeys are outside of our price range.
Beehive.
Well, that's the aspiration, though.
Yeah,
Bob.
we build up to tiny donkeys.
How much is a tiny donkey?
Oh, I bet you they're stupid expensive. But a mule, as of if I had a cousin who bought a mule for $50 at auction.
No one
At
gives.
auction.
No one wants a mule, though, Bob.
That's why they're cheap. But a mule, they're sterile. So we just get a poop bag for it. Tanya's on poop bag duty.
Yikes.
And,
Why me?
and me and Derek will stock up the mule with beer.
I don't
Yeah.
know. if we
I,
don't
I
know.
feel like we should just bite the bullet and get the mini.
I think it's gonna be too expensive. We'll look into
We'll-
it. We'll put
a pin in that,
We'll
yeah.
put a pin in that tail.
What about little piglets?
Couldn't hold enough beer.
They're
They can hold
stout.
like
That'd be adorable.
it's a
though.
mini pig. It can
Okay,
hold
wait till
like
they
a
become,
bottle.
Even mini pigs are like 300 pounds.
I think you're thinking of pot-bellied pigs. A mini pig is like
They don't
Teacup.
stay tiny like that. They
Teacup.
get bigger. That's why people end up with like, holy shit, I have a 300-pound pig. What the fuck do I do? Bacon. Like, because they're expecting it to be.
I don't think mini pigs grow that big.
They
That's
do.
the point of a mini pig.
No, that's what everyone thinks. I shit you fucking not. Mini
This
pigs
does-
don't stay
So
small.
are you? So are you
Regular
saying
pigs are like 800
So
pounds.
you're
Mini
saying
Regular
they're
pigs?
not actually mini pigs. They're just piglets.
Yes. And then they get bigger, and people go, "What the fuck do I do with 300 pounds of pig?"
Okay, so I'm
You
gonna.
strap 6 years of beer to it.
I'm
That's
gonna
the thing.
side
and,
with Tanya
and
on
like
this.
a 300-pound pig is still smaller than a normal 800 or 900-pound pig.
While I have no knowledge in this area, this does seem like the kind of nonsense that Catwoman over here would have looked up,
Yeah,
so
no, I
that
have
she
no
could
doubt.
decide whether or not
I
she.
really wanted a tiny
Yeah.
pig, and I've watched lots of YouTube videos about how this lady thought she was getting a tiny, like, 3-pound
Well, now,
piglet,
just-
and it
Well,
ended up
maybe
being...
maybe she
maybe
just
she-
got a piglet.
Yeah,
No,
instead of a
it's
teacup
common.
piglet.
No,
Well,
that's what
common,
I'm saying.
but-
Maybe
yeah.
people are passing off piglets as mini pigs. Like, oh, here,
But
get
mini
by this
pigs
mini
are
pig.
still a thing that
But
actually
mini pig is
exists.
still
I
a
think
thing.
mini pigs are just piglets, y'all. They get big.
We're gonna
You don't
research
see
this.
this
We're gonna-
because
research this.
Yeah.
it's on your sandwich after that.
Wow.
I'm okay with that.
All right, so here's my
Crispy
final bit of
bacon.
news. And this is amazing. Science, man. Science is great.
Okay.
I'll be the
Yes.
judge.
So bars lose 20% of their alcohol to overpours and free drinks
Yes.
for friends. That amounts to $50 billion per year in booze that mysteriously disappears.
I mean, it's not
basically.
a mystery. We know where it goes.
Well, right, but
But yeah, unpaid for.
so this headline is the Nectar of the Gods.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a company, Nectar, that has solved the problem.
No, they haven't.
But they have. No, so this shit's fucking awesome. So you know the pours. Like, have you
Wait,
ever been
hold
to-
on, Bob.
Yes.
Are you legitimately about to try and make the case to us about people not giving friends free drinks?
Well, no.
That's what it sounds
Well,
like
no,
you're
no.
about to
'Cause here's
do.
the thing: the bar will be better able to track. Let me explain, and you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see where we're at here. Okay. So the company is called Nectar.
Yes.
You've been to bars. You know how they put the pourers in there, like
Little
they
stoppery
remove
thing?
the topper thing. It's like a little metal rubber conglomerate
Straw thing.
straw thing that they
Yeah.
use for pouring. They've invented one with an ultrasound in it that pings down into the bottle, detecting how full the bottle is at all times. And so it sends a solar pulse down, measures how long it takes for it to bounce back. So it gives real-time pour tracking as it goes.
Yeah.
And they also have them in gyroscopic taps for beer taps. So when bars order them, they come pre-synced and labeled for certain bottle shapes. Like you get like a Patron-shaped bottle or a Jack Daniel-shaped bottle tap.
Yeah.
You put it in there. And so
Square bottles.
with each pour,
Yeah.
the sonar pulse determines how much is in the bottle and subtracts it from the previous measurement to record how much was doled out. All that information goes to an app. So bar managers can instantly see, like, instead of having to, like, I've been there when bars are, like, placing their order and you see the guys having to pick up every bottle, kind of shake it a little bit to see how much is in there and, like, jot down, like, okay, we got this much. That's done. Like, it just...
Helps with your ordering.
It helps with their ordering, but you can track to see, like, okay, hey,
Susie's out here being fast
Susie's
and
being
loose.
loosey-goosey with this, but also, like, hey, this special is doing really good. Like, they can instantly see, like, oh, shit, this martini special, we're gin out the yin-yang, you know? It's like, it's fucking awesome! And it's, I think it's $99 a month for I think it was 30 bottle setup.
You figure, I mean, that sounds kind of high, but then the amount of money that you're losing in liquor, if you're at a place that, like, why the fuck can I keep shit on the shelves, but I don't seem to be making as much money? Like, if you've got perhaps some people who are pouring too much.
Yeah, no.
So you're against free drinks, is what I'm hearing.
I am pro free drink, but also pro sonar. They're basically cramming bats in the mouth of every one of these bottles. They're tucking little bats in there and getting the bats to squeak their science knowledge at an app.
Tiny bats, tiny donkeys, tiny pigs. I love this episode.
I feel like I want to point out that you, sir, are an American.
Or conversely, he's the most American because
it's
capitalism.
Very capitalist. Yeah.
It's authoritarian. Like, let's be real here.
But still, seems to be quite American.
Depends on what presidency. Maybe I'm an Andrew Jackson style American.
Isn't he?
Maybe I just want to walk around and beat people with canes. You know.
I'm all for
Who
that.
doesn't, honestly?
So yeah, no, I just thought that was so cool.
That
I
is
was like,
neat.
that's awesome. Like little sonar pulse, and like with that $99 a month plan, like you get like anytime a pour goes out, it just gets replaced. Yada yada yada. Like it's just full warranty plan.
Oh, that way if you're the tech fails. That's cool.
Yeah.
That is super neat.
So it's real time stats. So you could even you could be the bar manager just sitting at home checking the app, like, oh shit, they're getting really low on Jack. Let me go run to the liquor store real quick and pick up a couple bottles or something like that. You know,
Man, if you're sitting at the house, you shouldn't have to do that.
That's fair. But you know those managers are out there. You know.
Oh,
Or more precisely, an owner, like a bar owner. I see this being more like a bar owner. It's like, the bar's established enough that the owner doesn't have to be there all the time, but he likes to keep an eye on the place, yada, yada, yada.
It'd be really nice if you had multiple bars, and then you could consolidate your orders more easily.
Yeah.
Because then you could see this location, and that location. You know, what are their inventory levels? That way you can do a consolidated order.
Well, also,
for the
like,
three.
I know the ABC system here in Alabama, they'll give you deals on, like, buying in bulk.
Yeah.
So if you realize, oh, hey, you know what? I could justify getting 3 cases of Jack, you'd probably score some sort of deal off
or that. You can realize that gin just isn't fucking moving because it tastes like pine cones.
Yeah,
so
gin's awful.
I'm never, like, for this whole month we've done one shot equivalent of this liquor. How about I never buy it again? And then
I feel like you'd
kinda
be able to know that without the sensor thing.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
Yes,
if
but
it sells that poorly.
But it's nice to have the data to back up the things that you think that you're seeing.
But the other thing is, if you see something's moving slowly, maybe you do a special for it. Like, oh, well, maybe we do put, gin and tonics on special this month.
More
to
information
move this
can't
gin.
hurt.
Yeah.
No, always a fan of that.
It can, but it can't. But
Until it gives you information paralysis.
But then,
last little bit of news. This isn't really news, but we've been, on our news episodes the past couple of weeks, we've been promoting some other podcasts that we've become friends with.
Yes.
I want to shout out the Drunk Guys Book Club podcast.
That sounds like y'all.
Yeah.
Before I got here.
hey.
But no, so what they do is every week. So actually, now would be the perfect time to jump in on them because it's short story month.
Nice.
And they're doing nothing but short stories, like a short story episode a day. So they're all like 10 minutes long.
Nice.
They did a story of an hour, which we did in our season 1. And so, but it's like I think it's 4 guys. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's 4, but their voices sometimes sound kind of similar. And I've only listened to like
That's racist.
five episodes.
Wait, no, that's
of them.
sexist.
It's voicist.
Voicist. There you go.
Soundist.
I've listened to 5 episodes of them, and I just don't know their voices that well yet.
Yeah. You didn't like go to their social media to see a picture of them or here we are.
I talked to them on Reddit, and then I started listening to them, and that's where we're at.
You didn't. Okay. Follow-up question.
But no, so what they do is every episode they try 3 beers that are themed on whatever story they're reading.
Oh, that is a lot.
So, like Story of an Hour, they picked beers that have, like, something to do with time or stuff like that.
It.
And they live in New York.
So it's a lot easier
for them to find all these themed beers and whatnot. And you hear them, they just crack it open, pour it out, and just give it a try on the air there. And they're like, oh, I like this. Oh, I can taste the peach, da-da-da-da-da.
Nice.
And so it's a little bit like us, but every week they just do it's these 4 guys talking about a book every week.
I dig it.
Roughly hour-long episodes normally, but right now it's like 10 to 15-minute episodes because it's short stories. So now's a good time to jump in, just listen. Because I've listened to a full-length episode and some of these short ones. It's the same vibe.
Just shorter.
Listen to the short ones, see if you like them, and if you do, check out the long ones.
Nice.
So good time to jump in on that. So Drunk Guys Book Club.
I dig it.
Yeah.
I dig it.
So that's all I've got. Are y'all good?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
Breaking news story.
Breaking news.
And I'm dying. So
yeah, Derek's sick. But also, if you haven't yet, you have 3 days to read the short reads for this month.
They're really good.
They're 2 Ray Bradbury stories.
Spoiler.
I picked them.
The Veldt and All Summer
in a Day.
All Summer in a Day. So read those. The links are on our website, bookspiritsbooze.com/shortreads. So go check that out. Give them a read. We're actually about to record our thoughts on it that will drop on Wednesday. So
Wednesday. Happy Memorial Day.
Yeah, happy Memorial Day.
I hope you're not getting sunburnt. We're in a heat wave here in Alabama. It's gonna be like 100
degrees.
A
friend of ours, Corey, told me yesterday that only 2 places in the world broke 100 degrees. Alabama, West Georgia, and Equatorial Africa.
Love it. Seems legit.
They did A Good Man Is Hard to Find, too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, they've
Signs and Symbols.
Yeah. Yeah. They've done a bunch. And they've done...
Yellow Wallpaper.
Yeah. And so they did also I Have No Mouth, But I Must Scream. I listened to that one. That was a good one. Because friend Les, who emailed us, he recommended that we read that on here. Harlan Ellison.
Mm-hmm. I've read that.
I don't know that one.
Yeah. So, yeah, they've done a ton of good short stories. So, really, guys, go check them out. They're great. Drunk Guys Book Club.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, in the coming week, as the purple crown bag of your week carefully caresses you in its purple embrace, I hope that the blessing of the beard will be upon you.
Yeah. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.